Good morning, first class. How's everybody today? Jump up to a big stretch for me. Oh. Are we all awake? Ready, steady, shout. Hello! As loud as you can. Hi, nice to hear you. And give me a big wave. Excellent. Do 5 jumps to make sure you're awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, it's like there's an earthquake because everybody's jumping so hard. Oh my goodness me. It's Wednesday. Oh my goodness, that means we've done 2 days of school at home and now we're in the middle of the week. Who can believe it? Can't believe it. It was lovely to see lots of you yesterday on Zoom. I had such a good time. We got to see Mary and Miss McMahon as well. Just so much fun. I can't wait until our next one. Okay, this morning we're going to be learning about a trickster. Not one of you and not me. I promise it's not me today. I know I like playing tricks, but today it's not me. There's a different trickster in first class. And you know what? The trickster's not just in first class. The trickster is in your house too. Did you know that? I don't know if you spotted him or not, but he's coming. I can see him come. Do you know who that is? That's Mr. Magic E. Mr. Magic E is a trickster. He snuck some of his Magic E friends home in your boxes in an envelope, and I think you should go and catch him. Quick! Go and catch Mr. Magic E from your box because we're going to need to keep an eye on this trickster during this lesson. If you need to pause me while you go get it, go and catch Mr. Magic E. Okay, now that we've all caught our trickster Magic E's, we need to figure out what kind of tricks he has been playing. Who knows the vowels? There's 5 vowels in our alphabet. Who can remember what they are? Oh, I already heard some people shouting them out. Shout them out louder. What are the 5 vowels? That's right. A, E, I, O, U. You say it. Ready? A, E, I, O, U. Not like that. Say it louder. What are the 5 vowels? A, E, I, O, U. Well done. I'm going to write them up here just so we can remember. I'll write them in purple today, I think. Okay. You say them again and I'll write them. A, E, I, O, U. Well done. Those are the names of the vowels. A, E, I, O, U. And we know what sounds those vowels make as well, don't we? We know that they say A, E, I, and So when we're sounding out our words, we can use the sounds. Do you know what Mr. Magic E does to some of the vowels sometimes? Mr. Magic E changes their sounds. He does. Such a trickster. Mr. Magic E says, no, you don't need to say your sounds. I'm going to go bing and make you say your name. For example, I've got some words here. Does anybody know what this is? Let's sound it out together. Cub. Do you know what a cub is? A cub is like a little lion. A baby lion is called a lion cub. Get your Magic E. Hold it up. Mr. Magic E comes along. And he doesn't make the vowel say a sound anymore. It doesn't say k, He makes him say his name. So it says cube. Cube. What's a cube? It's one of our 3D maths shapes, isn't it? A bit like a dice. A cube that has 6 faces and 8 corners and 12 sides. It looks a bit like a dice. That's a cube. So Mr. Magic-y is not only changing the sound of the letter, he's making the word different too. We're gonna have to keep an eye on Mr. Magic-y, aren't we? I'm not feeling very impressed by him, are you? We're gonna have to be Magic-y detectives. Let's take a little look at how he changed the words. We'll do the cub one again. It was b, cub. Then Mr. Magic-y came along and he snuck onto the end and he got his magic wand and he went Magic-y, Magic-y, makes a short sound, an sound, long, because he changed it from to U. He makes it say its name. Cube. Cube. I wonder if he's going to do it to any other words. Get your Magic-y trickster and keep an eye on what he's doing. I've got a lovely word here. I really like this one. G. Hug. Hug. Oh, isn't that just lovely? I love hugs. Do you like? Mr. Magic-y. He's done it again. Let's see what he's changed my nice hug word to. Huh? No, it's not going to say It's going to say you. That's right. A-E-I-O. You. Huge. Huge. He changed hug into huge. Mr. Magic-y. Fine, I'm going to have another little look. Sound it with me. Are you ready? It. Kit. Like a football kit. I'd say Anatolia has a football kit. And I'd say there's lots of other boys and girls in this class who have football kits. So I would. So, it. Kit. It's your Magic-y playing tricks. It's not going to say I anymore. It's going to say A-E-I. Kite. Well, I do like kites. So maybe that was a nice trick he played, because I do like flying my kite up in the sky. Let's go fly a kite up. Oh, no, not time for song singing. Oh, okay. But it changed from it to I. Do you see the way he always makes one of the vowels? He doesn't make the other ones. This one says it and I-t. So these sounds, the consonants, stay the same. It's only the vowels that he changes. Let's see if there's another one. I think there might be. Oh, this isn't a very good word. Look. Sound it out with me. R-O-B. Rob. Does anybody have a daddy called Rob? Rob! Rob, where are you? Oh, it means rob, like steal something. Oh my goodness me. I hope Mr. Magic. Well, it's kind of appropriate for Mr. Magic-y because he's kind of stealing our words, isn't he? He's going to change it. Remember, the consonants stay the same and it's the vowels that change. A-E-I-O-U. They say their name. R-O-B. Robe. Is anybody wearing their robe? It's a bit like a dressing gown maybe. Have you still got your robe on? I wish I had my robe on. Mine's really cozy. Is yours cozy? Let's have another go. Ooh, this one's nice. It says cut. Oh, did anybody cut themselves? I hope not. You gotta be really careful with your scissors and on your rollerblades and on your scooters to make sure you don't cut yourself. Cut. And Mr. Magic-y is coming along. What's he going to change? He's going to change the vowel. Cute. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? Has anybody got a cute little baby brother or sister or a cousin? Or a cute teddy bear or a cute dolly or something like that? Cute. Now you'll notice that Mr. Magic-E is sneaky. Even though he likes sneaking onto the ends of words and changing the vowels so that they don't say their sound, they say their name, you. Mr. Magic-E doesn't say anything. Cute. Mr. Magic-E is so sneaky that he stays quiet. That's why you have to be careful. We're going to do one more, okay? Just one more, and then I'm going to show you your special work today. Okay, this one says, I'll hide Mr. Magic-E for a minute. Tap. Well done. Turn on the tap and the water comes out. Turn off the tap and the water stops. Tap. Or you can go tap, tap. Oh, I got carried away again. Oh, silly Miss Plunkett. Okay. Tap. And Mr. Magic-E comes along and he's going to change the vowel. It's not going to say its sound. It's not going to say It's going to say A, its name. Tape. Like, can you videotape something for me? Or I've got a tape, it's what they used to play music on. Tape or cello tape. Okay, some tape. So you've got to be careful because Mr. Magic-E snuck home to your house and he has been doing some sneaky changing of words and some sneaky changing of sounds in your workbooks. I would like you, please, to take out your Jolly Phonics workbook. It's not the one with the owl on it. It's the one with the buzzy bee at the bottom and all the Jolly Phonics friends. Go and get this one. Pause me if you need to and go and get this from your blue box. Okay? Now, I'd like you to open it on the page you've done shh, and you've done the frogs and the ings and the towers and the k sounds and the ul sounds, and you've done the dress page, and we're going past the whale page, okay? And we're going to the page that has a big bunch of grapes on it. Can you see that? Find the page with the big bunch of grapes on it and the kites beside it. I'm going to put it under the visualizer while you get your page out. So pause me if you need to, and I'm going to put this under the visualizer. Okay, so has everybody got their page of giant grapes? Well, ape has a Magic-E on the end. So Mr. Magic-E has been playing tricks on this page of grapes. On this page, Mr. Magic-E has been playing tricks on the sound. Mr. Was just minding his own business, and then Mr. Magic-E came along on all of the words and changed it so he's not saying anymore, he's saying A. That's right, he's saying his name. So what you have to do is you have to fill in the and then you have to put Magic-E on the end. So put your finger on the first word, the one that starts with it's the top grape. You're going to fill in the A. So it says and then you have to put Mr. Magic-E on the end as well. So you have to put in the and then you put Mr. Magic-E on. Then you've got to read it. What does it say? Cake. Let's go down to the next one. The next one beside cake. Not underneath it, beside it. It already says We'll put in our What are we going to put on the end? We're putting on Mr. Magic. Now let's read it, because it doesn't say anymore. It says A. Ape. And we don't grape. So you could draw a grape in there, and you could draw a cake in there. I'll draw a cake. Birthday cake, because we've had lots of birthdays. Juliet's and Sadie's and Chris's and Bethany's and Matthew's, loads of birthdays. So look, we'll draw a nice birthday cake for them with some candles, just 3 candles because I can't fit any more on. And then I could put a little stack of grapes in here, like that. Okay, let's go to the next one. Sound it out, ready? We're going to put in our A and our magic E. Ache. Because it doesn't say because it's got magic E on the end. So what you need to do on this page, on the grapes page, is you need to fill in all the A magic E's. You need to fill in A, E, okay? Then you need to read them and draw a little picture. And if you have a look at the next page, it's the exact same. Mr. Magic E has been playing tricks, but this page with the kites, he hasn't been playing tricks on an sound. He's been playing tricks on the I sound. So on this page with the kites, you fill in I and magic E. On the grapes, you fill in A and magic E. And on this page, you fill in I and magic E. So look, I and magic E says I. So look, we'll do an example. We'll fill in our I and our magic E. Magic E makes it say I, so we're doing kite. So I'll draw a kite. Okay? The next one here, we'll fill in our I and we'll fill in our magic E. Okay? Our I and our magic E. Now let's read it. It's going to say I, not I. I've. Magic E stays quiet. 5. We'll put in an I and a magic E. Now let's read it. I've. Hive. Like a beehive. So you can draw a beehive. Okay? So on the first page with grapes, you're going to put in A and magic E. And on the page with the kites, you put in I and magic E. Then you read the words and then you draw the pictures. Okay? Pause me, do those 2 pages, and when you come back to me, we're going to have a movement break. Okay? Don't forget to take some pictures and get mum or dad, or if you can, put them up on Seesaw on your journal, and I'll be able to have a look at all the amazing work you've done. Okay? Super duper. See you in a minute for your movement break. Okay, are you finished? Excellent. Clear some space, get up. We're gonna have a bit of a shake break. We're gonna have a movement break. And today, what I've done is I've got some special cards and I'm gonna pick maybe 5 of these cards and we're gonna do these for our movement breaks, okay? Let me put on some music and then we're gonna choose some. Okay, first thing we need to do, it says, is 10 arm circles. Let's do 10 forwards and 10 backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Warm up. Let's see what else we've got. It says 5 star jumps. Okay, are you ready? Let's do 5 star jumps. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I tricked you! Okay, let's see. It says 10 jumps. Okay, we're gonna jump as high as we can. Are you ready? Let's try and touch the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Let's see what else there is. 10 toe touches. You gotta keep your legs straight. Let's try. Let's do it side to side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woohoo! Let's see what else we've got. It says 10 twists. So arms out and we're swinging them side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see. Oh my goodness. A crab walk. I'll do a crab walk to the back and then I'll hop back to you. So you do a crab walk somewhere, okay? Ready, steady, go. Woohoo! Good job. I have lots of different cards here, okay? So tomorrow we'll see if we can get some different ones, or I have green ones too. So we might be able to use some of those tomorrow. But if you've got ideas of things to make a card of, I'll make some exercises of your moves and I'll put them in a pot and then we can do some of your movement exercises too. Okay? I'm also making a list of songs that you asked for and I'm making a list of dance moves. So watch out for those. See you at maths. What? It's night time. What do you mean? I suppose it is pretty bright in here. It's not night time? Oh. Well, I thought it was night time because it said night, but oh, I'm so confused now. Oh my goodness, do you know, I've been looking at lots and lots of words around our classroom and I found some that were a little bit to do with our clock. Come and have a little look with me, especially over here on our notice board, right? There's lots of words. If you spot a word, it's in blue like this. If you spot a word, tell me to stop as loud as you can, okay? I'll just walk along here. Oh, good. Oh, okay. What does this one say? Let's have a or ing. Morning. Morning. I wonder, is it morning time right now? Is it? When is morning time? When is morning time? Morning time is like when you wake up all the way up until 12 o'clock that day. So you've got maybe like 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe 9:30 in the morning, 10:30 in the morning. And then when it gets to 12 o'clock, it kind of changes. But those are all the morning times. Tell me something that you do in the morning time. Very good, yeah. I eat my breakfast in the morning time and I come to school in the morning time. So that's morning. Let's go along and see if there's anything else that... Oh, did you spot one? Look, it says noon. What does noon mean? Like afternoon? Well, it's a bit like that, but it's not quite because it doesn't say afternoon, it just says noon. I'll tell you what noon is. Do you know when it's 12 o'clock? Like the big hand is on 12 and the little hand is on 12. Can you make 12 o'clock? Well, after you get up and you have your breakfast and then you go to school normally, or you do maybe some homeschool or whatever you need to do, when it gets to 12 o'clock, that is midday or noon. So make 12 o'clock, and 12 o'clock in the middle of the day is noon. Some people, like us in school, we have our lunch at noon. When we're in school and we go out for a big break, we go out at 12 o'clock. That means we go outside to the yard at noon, 12 o'clock. Is there any other ones you can see? You're too quick. How did you get so quick at this? Read what this one says. This one says afternoon. Afternoon. Very good. So we know noon is 12 o'clock and afternoon is all the different times after that. Like if you're at 12 o'clock in the day, after we've had our lunch, it might move on to 1 o'clock. Can you make 1 o'clock? And if it's 1 o'clock, it could be in the afternoon. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, all different things happen. The afternoon is when you go home from school, you might have something to eat and you normally do your homework. That's right. So the afternoon is the times after noon, after 12 o'clock. So like maybe 2:30, 4:30, they're afternoon times. What do you do in the afternoon? I know in the morning you have your breakfast. I know at noon we have our big break. In the afternoon, what do you do when you go home? Do you go out and play with your friends? Or homework? Or something to eat maybe? Let's see if we can find another one. Oh! Some of you spotted it. Do you know what it says? This is like a magic E, so it's not going to say it's going to say E. Evening. 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 When is the evening time? Evening. Evening time, what do you do then? Evening time is kind of like when you have your dinner, when you kind of brush your teeth, when you get into your pajamas, maybe you might be allowed to watch some television or read a book or something like that. All those things kind of around dinner time and kind of around when you're getting ready for bed, when it's maybe starting to get dark or maybe it did get dark early. And that's the evening time. Usually kind of like 6 o'clock, not 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the evening after you did all your day. 6 o'clock in the evening, 7 o'clock in the evening, 8 o'clock in the evening, those kind of times. And then I'm trying to remember where I put my, here it is, night. After evening comes night. That's the one that I got confused on. That's when we all go, sleep. Normally that's like 9 o'clock at night time, 10 o'clock at night time, 11 o'clock at night time, 11:30, 10:30. All of those times. What do you do at night time, everybody? We all know that we go sleep. That's right. So we know that morning time's when we get up. Noon is 12 o'clock. Afternoon is the times after that when you're able to play and it's usually still bright. Evening, when you kind of have your dinner and get ready for bed. Night. And then there's one more. This is an exciting one. Does anybody know what this says? Midnight. Does anybody know when midnight is? You're right, it's the middle of the night. And you know the way when I said the big hand is on 12 and the little hand is on 12? It's 12 o'clock, and what do we also call that? Noon. That's right, that's when we're in school. Well, when it's 12 o'clock at night time, that's called midnight. That's when everybody is asleep. Middle of the night, midnight. It's 12 o'clock at night time. Come over here where I have my clock, and we're going to see about telling some times and seeing what we do at those times. So, I'm guessing that some people get up at about 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 with the short hand, o'clock with the big hand. And maybe at, what time is that? 7:30. It's past 7, not past 8, 7:30. 7:30, you might have your breakfast. At 8 o'clock, you might get ready, get dressed, go to school and brush your teeth. And at 8:30, most of us start coming to school. They're all morning time things, and we'll start playing and we'll do some work at 9 o'clock and at 9:30 and at 10 o'clock. And that's what we do in the morning. Then at 10:30, we have our little break, and then we'll do more learning at 11 o'clock and 11:30. And when it gets to 12 o'clock, it is, what is it? When we get to 12 o'clock, it's noon, that's right. And we have our big break, and our big break goes for half an hour until 12:30, okay? And then we come in and we do some more learning at 1 o'clock. And we do more learning at 1:30. We do more learning at 2 o'clock, but at 2 o'clock we start packing up our things ready to go home. So we go home at 2 o'clock, which is in the afternoon, that's right. And then you can spend 2:30, maybe you get something to eat when you go home. 3 o'clock, maybe you start doing your homework. Maybe at 3:30, you're able to play with some friends, or at 4 o'clock, play with some toys. And this is all in the afternoon as well. And you might be able to keep doing that. And maybe when it gets to, what time is this? 6 o'clock. Maybe when it gets to 6 o'clock, you have your dinner. What do you do at 6:30 after your dinner? Do you play with some more toys? Maybe do you brush your teeth at 7 o'clock? Do you get ready for bed? Maybe at 7:30 you put on your jammies and you go to bed. But look, 7 o'clock, getting ready for bed. But we already had 7 o'clock. That was when we got up. There's 2 7 o'clocks every day. There's 2 1 o'clocks, 2 2 o'clocks, 2 3 o'clocks, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. There's 2 of all of those during the day. So even though it says 7 o'clock, you're not going to get up and get ready to go to school because we already had morning. Now it's the evening. That's right. You did the morning, then you did noon, then you did the afternoon. Now it's evening time and you're getting ready for bed. And then it might be 8:30 or 9 o'clock and it's night time because we're asleep. And the clock will keep ticking. Night time for 9:30, night time for 10 o'clock, night time for 10:30, night time for 11 o'clock, night time for 11:30. And then at night time when you're sleeping, it'll be 12 o'clock again. But it won't be 12 o'clock for big break, sure it won't. It'll be 12 o'clock for midnight. So, in your Busy at Maths today, we're on page 83. Pause me if you need to go and get your Busy at Maths and open it to page 83. And on page 83, it's got all the words that we were using too. Have a look up here. It's got morning, night, noon, afternoon, evening, midnight. Can you point at them in your book and can you read them with me, please? Point at them in your book. The first one says morning. The next one says night. The next one, point at it, says noon. The next one with your finger says afternoon. Point with your finger. The next one says evening. And the last one, pointing with your finger, says midnight. So it says you have to use these words and you have to write which time of the day this happens. So 1A, you put your finger on it, have a look at it in your book if you want to. It might be better for you to see. Oh, let's read the time. It says 1/2, because the big hand is on the 6. 1/2, what's it 1/2? 7. 7:30, and what are they doing? They're eating their breakfast. So 7:30, they're eating breakfast. It must be morning. That's right. So look, you can get the word and you can copy the spelling. M-O-R-N-I-N-G. okay? Morning. And you can cross it off if you like. Don't scribble it out, because if you scribble it out, you won't be able to use it for spelling other things on the page, okay? But you can crisscross it out, just no scribbling on it. Let's look at the next one. Oh, it looks dark. That's my clue. It's dark and the moon is out. Let's read what time it is. It says it's an o'clock time. It's not 30 because the big hand is on 12. So it's 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock and the moon is out. What kind of time of the day do you think it is? You think it's night. Yep, you'd be right. So find night. There. N-I-G-H-T. Night. And I want you to do all of them. Have a look at the next one. Oh, the next one's one of the tricky ones. It says 12 o'clock. But is it going to be noon or is it going to be midnight? You have to figure that out and write the answer. Same for D and E and F. I'm going to move the visualizer down. Okay, so I did that, and now we're on question 2. Now question 2 has a lot of reading and a lot of writing on it, okay? So you might need a grown-up to help you do the reading, or you might be able to do it by yourself. All of the words, you need to fill in the blanks, okay? But all the words at the top of the page that we already used, you can use again for this question, okay? I go to school in the morning. Very good. B, read it with me. Noon is at o'clock in the day. What time is noon at? Excellent. C, I come home from school in the... Do you come home from school at midnight? Do you come home from school in the morning? When do you come home from school? Not in the evening, in the... Very good. It is dark at... It is dark at night, and it also gets dark in the evenings, okay? But this one is saying when it is dark, not when it gets dark, when it is dark. And I know sometimes it can get a little bit dark early now, but it's always dark at the night time. So that one is night. E, in the I watch television. Have a look at the pictures and see. In the evening they watch television. Is at 12 o'clock at night. What's at 12 o'clock at night? It's not noon, it's... Write in order, starting what happens with first in the day. So you have to write night, afternoon, morning, evening. You have to write them in order at the bottom of your page. Well done everybody. There was lots of learning today. I had great fun and I can't wait to see you later, alligators. See you later, alligators.